Good morning. Um, hey, what's good, my good people? I'm just catching up on some work. Wanted to see, what everyone else is up to this evening. You did not agree to this when you created my YouTube channel. What is that? What is it you did not agree? You did not agree for? Portugal guest. Thank you so much. Um, my diet, my diet's actually it's it's all over. But the main thing that I think that is consistent in my diet is that I don't really. Oh, you're joking. Yes, yes. So I was a bit confused. As I was saying, Kidney. So I was saying that my diet, there's nothing specific in my diet, but the one thing that's consistent, it's really low in carbs. Carbs are very low. I'm not really a friend of carbs. So I eat mainly, maybe out of the 5 meals I eat a day, maybe only two has carbs. But the main thing that I eat 6 eggs per day, boiled. Eat about maybe half a gram of chicken every day. Um, yes, I do eat a little bit of fish, but I'm not really a fan of fish personally. But definitely fish when you trying to lose weight, because the the nutritional value of fish compared to the fat and the other stuff that you don't need. The fish has a nice sort of, it's the best food if you're trying to lose weight, because you'll get the protein without any additional fat or any additional any additional thing that you may not need. So with fish, it's purest protein with the least fat and anything else that you may not need. Oh, I get it. For muscles, I would say creatine monohydrate. I think that's the only supplement that I take. I take creatine monohydrate. And then, creatine monohydrates, what it does is one of the benefits, it makes, it allows your cell to sort of keep water so your cell can be fuller. So the muscle can be fuller. So now when the muscle is fuller, you can push more weight. So now when you're pushing the weight, that's where now you can actually grow the muscle. So that's what I'd say, that for me, I've been taking creatine monohydrate consistently for now, without skipping a day or without taking a break, for I think 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. I was taking it before, but I used to take it like maybe for 3 months, then take a break, because I believed back then that you need to give your body a rest, from creatine. But that was before, I actually did the research myself. So I've been taking creatine consistently, creatine monohydrate, unflavored. You throw it in your tea or coffee or anywhere, as long as it gets in the body. So I've been taking that for 3 years non-stop. So as I said, it makes your muscles fuller, so you can push more, and also helps with recovery. And creatine, it's a component that you find in meat, but you'll have to eat a lot of meat for you to be able to get the decent amount that will help you in muscle growth. But a single scoop, it's equivalent to about a kilogram or kilogram and a half of beef or of meat. I have a high metabolism, so no matter what I eat, I stay at the same weight. What I would say that if you have a high metabolism, you must try and trick your body to slow down your metabolism. From my own personal experience, if you have a low metabolism and then you want to make it quicker or make it higher, what you do is that you eat smaller meals regularly, meaning now that your body will be being fed smaller meals regularly, and then your metabolism will actually pick up the pace because you'll be expecting that food is coming at this every hour or every 2 hours or so. So it's going to be working sort of at that pace. So now, meaning now that to slow it down, I would suggest you try the opposite. So instead of having your meals sort of close to one another, if you haven't tried it before, but I would say that try and sort of have a gap in between your meals. So try the traditional, not I don't know if it's traditional, but most people what they do is that they eat breakfast around 7:30, 7 o'clock when they leave their house, and then they eat lunch at 1 o'clock, and then they eat again at maybe 6 o'clock. So try to maybe still have the same amount of food, but now spread it or have longer gaps. Because what I've seen with that, what happens is that the body will be like, oh, okay, we only getting nutrition at 7:30. So now we will be also only getting refed at 1 o'clock. So what we must do is that we must make sure that whatever we eat at 7:30, it lasts, or we make use of it sparingly until 1 o'clock. So now your metabolism is going to be working at a lower pace. And then now, once you've sort of got into a nice groove with that, what you can do is that you can increase the amount of food that you are eating at 7:30 or for breakfast, and then increase also the food that you're eating now at 1 o'clock. So now there will be gaps between the meals, but there's going to be large amounts of food that you're eating each time you are eating. So that would be my suggestion. You try that, still eating your meals, but have a gap in between. If you maybe eat at maybe 8 o'clock, try and eat. I eat at 7 morning, just a snack, but many times I don't eat at all. I eat food at 12, and then at 3, sometimes around 1700. I would suggest you try and you eat at 7. You guess what's bros today is my mom's birthday. Oh, hey Mika, happy birthday to your mother. Blessings. If you still have a parent in your life, you should definitely cherish them. So hopefully you're able to do something nice for her. And then from me to her, I just wish her more blessings, more blessings. Happy birthday to her. So I was saying regarding the diet, and then yes, Mika, thank you for joining, and then once again, happy birthday to your mom. More blessings to her. If you have you're in position to do something nice for her, please do something nice just to show her that we appreciate it, because we need to cherish our parents, especially as they're growing older. We don't really have a lot of time with them. So if you're in position to do something nice for her, just try and do something, or you can just, hopefully you can clip this and then just say some guy, wish the best day. Hopefully this is the best day so far. Yes, sorry, as I was saying regarding the diet. So if you're eating at snack at 7, with snacks, what happens is that, from my experience with snacks, the snack will sort of, it's like a knock. It's like, oh, okay, wake up, we're about to to embark now, we're about to feed you. So now it turns the lights on, but it doesn't do anything. So what I would say is that my suggestion is that if your daily life starts at 7, or at 7 you're ready to eat, try and have a decent amount. If you can have like oats or a porridge with peanut butter. Yes, that's another thing, that if you're trying to increase the rate of metabolism, is to add good fats, which are your peanut butter, your nuts, your avocados, sorry about that. What's this? Your avocados, your good fat. Your good fats, they will help you to slow down your metabolism. How old am I? I am turning 37. No, I've turned 37 already. So that is my suggestion regarding the metabolism. Try to spread your meals, or have gaps in between your meals, and then your meals, try to increase the amount to slowly, to try and gain the weight. And then if you're in possession, you can also add a mass gainer, where you can drink it, or it can help you to increase the calories on those times that you're eating, like at 7 now, and then at 3, and then maybe 9, and then see if this does not help with gaining the weight. If that doesn't help, my suggestion, or what I've done before, because there was a time where I used to, my scale on the weight was 115 kilograms. I'm not sure where you're watching me from, but I'm gonna tell you what is that in pounds. If I can just get this thing working, my laptop here. Okay, 115 kg in pounds. Yes, my heaviest was 250 pounds. I did eat in McD for 3 months every day, because my job is very close to McD, and still did not get 1 kilogram. Wow. But what kind of job do you do? Maybe your work requires a lot of calories, or you're in Sweden. Oh, okay, nice. I've only heard good things about Sweden. Maybe your work, requires you to, maybe you move a lot in your work. So as I said, the heaviest I've been was 115 kg, which is 250 pounds, and then I was 70. My latest was 70 kilograms. So if the eating lesser meals, I work at a dollar store actually. I'm not sure what the dollar store is, but I think if you're working at the store retail, I'm guessing there's a lot of walking up and down. There's a lot of customers asking you things. A lot of walking, maybe from the storeroom to the shelf. So you're really moving. So many now using a lot of calories compared to. Yes, I move a lot these days in the store. Okay, yes, because I also used to work in a store couple of years, no, almost 10 years ago. So I know with the store, you move quite a lot at the store with, customers, where is this, and you must go to the aisle, you must go get stock at the back, all of that. So what I would suggest is that if the spreading of the meals with a gap in between does not help, when I wanted to gain weight, I did it strictly the bodybuilding way, which is eating every 3 hours. And then I was eating high carbs meals. And then I did that for a whole year. I went from 70 kilograms, which is 154 pounds, to 250 pounds by the end of the year, or at least just over a year later. And then the bodybuilding way is that you eat every 3 hours, from 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, midday, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, and 9 o'clock. And then the last meal, which was a protein shake, I used to take it at midnight. The midnight shake, it was an extreme measure, because I used to go to bed at just after 9, after finishing or just around 10. And then I used to make the shake and put it in a shaker, shake it and all of that, and then put it closer to me somewhere, next to the bed. Then I'll set an alarm. So when 12 o'clock when the 12 o'clock alarm hits, I was sleeping. Then I used to look for the shake, shake, drink while I'm sleeping, and then quickly, go back to bed. And then 6 o'clock, and I used to wake up at 5 o'clock to prepare my meals for 6 o'clock. So now I will try eating more rather than make these once a day, and a bit home after I did. If you can try and eat every 3 hours, because now I've given you two options that you must choose from. It's either you eat about 4 meals a day, but huge amounts with a decent gap in between, to try and sort of decrease the pace of your metabolism, or you can let the metabolism be at the high speed, but now you eat more. So meaning now that it can be still on that high speed, or it can still be, very high, but because you're going to be adding a lot of calories, you'll be able to gain weight. But you can only do that if you eat every 3 hours, and then high calorie meals. As I said, when I was trying to gain weight, at 6 o'clock, I used to have 6 eggs, 2 slices of toast, a bowl of oats, plus a protein shake in the oats. So that was meal number one, 6 o'clock. And then for 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, and 9 o'clock used to be the same meal: chicken, decent amount of rice, and veggies. That is what I used to do to eat for the whole day. Sometimes maybe mix it up with maybe make it beef, or maybe make it tuna, or maybe make it something else. But it used to be that was the basic meal: rice, protein, and veggies. And I did that for the whole year. And then, as I said, I went from 70 kilograms, which is about 154 pounds, to 250 pounds, which is 115 kilograms, in about a year and a couple of months. So that will be my suggestion, because you need to feed your body excess calories to gain the weight. You need to, if you need to force the food, you have to, because you need to sort of fight the metabolism with the food, with the calories. So now when it's trying to quickly, metabolize the food, you put in more food. Now I will try and eat you need to try, and then it must be high calories. If you can cook, like meal prep, you know, that will definitely help you. Hopefully, your work at the store will allow you to take regular breaks, or at least you can I'm sure you have a tea time, and then and the main lunch break, and then also tea time in the afternoon. And then you can make sure that you're crushing those meals, but you need to increase the calories if you want to gain the weight. Because yes, there's people who have a high metabolism, or metabolism that actually works quicker, but over time, with excess calories, you would definitely see some improvement. Yes, I understand that your work, you're moving a lot. How old are you? Just for me to have like the whole picture. Because unfortunately, not unfortunately, but the fact is, when you're younger and you're moving more, your body is like a machine when it comes to calories. Oh, you have a kitchen at work, so you can definitely do it. You can definitely do it and try. And 24, still very young. So you really need to, push the calories. You really, if you can cook and have rice like every day and pasta, you know. And another thing is that you can try incorporating like dirty food, like chips, what do they call it in America? French fries. Yes, like French fries, that will definitely, the calories. But now with that, you need to be aware that also your midsection is also going to grow, which it's something that perhaps will not be the best thing that you want. Sometimes you think you're old. Yeah, don't make me laugh. When I was 24, when I was 24, I was I was in varsity when I was 24, and I don't even remember when I was 24 precisely. My mindset where it was at that time. So 24, man, I'm sure someone that is like maybe 40, they would say, I mean, maybe like 50, they would say, me at 37, like, you know nothing about life. You think you're old, but you're not. So now imagine now, you 24 and I'm 37, and someone else comes who's 50 and says, hey, you think you are grown and all of that. You know nothing until you get to age 50. Yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, I had time. But the main thing is, if you want to gain weight, it's excess calories. You need to consume more than you need. And then when the body has more than what it needs, it will keep the excess calories, especially when it's carbs, because with the protein, unfortunately, with the protein, when you eat a lot of protein, unfortunately, the body cannot hold on to it. I don't know if you've had the experience where maybe you've had a lot of protein, maybe like a lot of meat, a lot of eggs, but when you go to the restroom, it there's some, it's not the best thing, because now you gave your body a lot of protein, and then the body cannot hold up to a decent amount. But with carbs and fats, if you give your body excess of those things, the body will keep it. Then that is now the weight gain on the scale. So that's my take on how to gain weight. I'm actually finishing off some work while I'm listening to podcast. So if anyone else has any questions, or I like eating with cooked pot. That's a nice meal. That's definitely a nice meal. But that meal, unless it has, servings, the serving of the protein, it's double the normal savings. That meal will not really do anything. Weight gain, because fish, it's quality quality protein, quality protein. So now for you to gain the weight, there must be more potatoes. Maybe in that plate, add rice, and then maybe also add maybe a salad with avocado. What is this now? Avocado. I don't know. I can't seem to get the word out. But guacamole. Yes, I'm gonna use that guacamole to get the good fat in, and then to slow down the absorption of whatever food you eat. Because with strictly protein, you hardly want to gain weight with eating strictly protein, or if you're eating protein mainly without carbs. Because as I said, right now my food, it's mainly protein. I do eat carbs here and there, and then this is how I look. And then if I had to add excess amount of carbs, the way I'm looking now, it would probably, in less than 3 months, I would definitely see some, weight gain on the scale. So the only way to gain weight is to eat excess amount of carbs and fat. Eat 2 to 3 days a week, or that's the salmon and potatoes. It's a nice meal. It's a nice meal. It's definitely a nice meal. With the salmon, with all the nutritional benefits and all of that. But for weight gain, it will not. It's not the meal. It's green salad, olive oil, tuna fish, black olives, and avocado also. That is a good meal, but for weight gain, for weight gain, it's not the meal that you should be eating regularly. But if you have that meal somewhere in the mix, because the greens and the olive will help with digestion, and when you go into the toilet, for you not to have any issues. But for weight gain, you need to hold. Okay, hoi in. It's in my local language. Hoi in is to put in. So for you to gain weight, you need to put in more carbs, more carbs, more carbs, more pasta. If bread is cheap in Sweden, more bread. But excess carbs, that is the only way I understand, or in my experience, how I gained weight. So yes. I forgot to say, when I was counting the good fats, eggs. Eggs, those are the superfood. Eggs, there's everything in the egg. Okay, everything that is not in the anything that you get from other animals, other than stuff that are in the plants. But anything that you get from eating animals, in the egg, it's there. So egg is a super food. Good fat, protein, the minerals in the eggs. So if one of my favorite meals, it's actually egg fried rice. So that meal, egg fried rice, for gaining weight, if you can do that like every day for a month, maybe six times a day, you'll definitely see some weight, because you'll be eating carbs, which is your rice, and with the egg, the good protein, and obviously you're gonna be maybe perhaps in cooking them in a decent amount of good fats, maybe olive oil and all of that. That is a nice combination, and then it's easy to make, and then it's convenient. You can carry it to work, and then you can eat while you're standing. So there's another option that you must think of. Pasta, yes. If you can eat it, if you can eat pasta regularly, and then you're eating in slightly above average amounts, that will definitely also help in gaining the weight, because pasta, those carbs, that is what you need. You need excess amount of carbs. So all in all, to gain weight, you need to eat those carbs. If you can, eat every 3 hours. If you can. If you cannot, whenever you are eating, you must, eat like you must. I think force feeding, I think maybe that word is a bit extreme, but you must, like, once you have a big bowl of food in front of you, you must make sure that that bowl is done when the time is up for your lunch. If you say, let's say now we're at work, and where are you from, what do you do for work? I am in Cape Town, South Africa, and then I work in insurance. So yeah, that's that. Everything in insurance, selling and claims and all of that. That's what I do. So that's, yeah, answer to that question. Because even now I'm just quickly doing some work. Luckily I can work anytime, because most of my work, it's just emails, or it's just doing something on the file and updating and requesting this, requesting that. So that's me when it's come to where I am and what I do. Cape Town, South Africa, and then I work in insurance. I think I need to finish up this work, because on my side it is just after 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just gonna finish off this work, and then head to bed, because I need to be up around 8 or 9 tomorrow. So peace. Have a good one.